All right, what's up, gang? We are back. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Let's see. Audio levels feel good. Audio levels feel good. We are back. We went back in, obviously, and did a lot more drawing. We always are. But today is Watercolor Wednesday. We are going to be doing a little watercolor, actually. Unlike last week, which we just did a drawing. Today we're going to be pushing a little figure painting. I don't know if it's called that with watercolor, but yeah, kind of what we're going for. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's the plan for today. We're not gonna be hold on. I got to apply the chaps. Got to apply the stick. All right. We're not gonna be live on Friday this week because we're gonna be traveling for Thanksgiving. So I figured a little figure painting watercolor Wednesday. Two birds, one stone. Win, win, win. Oscar turns the poster into a t-shirt. I have to just change one light behind me. I see that I want brighter. This green. Yeah. Cool. All right. We're chilling now. So yeah. Let's get right into it. Why not, right? So yeah, we had Gesture Mondays. So we had Gesture Mondays this week, and this was pretty much our page from the week. We did go back in, and these three were completed. This was a rough sketch, and I mean all of these were sketched in. Some were less in shorter time, you know what I mean? But I went in and I just really liked the layout of the page, so I kind of went in and just kept finishing each one and finishing them out, different levels, different details. I think I'm going to continue and put another one somewhere here. I think another small person. But we'll see. But yeah, I like the layout here. I think I'm probably going to shade this out with pencil maybe. Do a little marker on this. I don't know, maybe make them all sort of different. But I do like how this turned out. This figure prompted me to go back in because this felt close. But this, you can see all the ghost lines. I had it tucked too far in, right? So I had to push it way out so that it felt balanced. And then I kind of kept going right through and just finishing the rest of them. So, I don't know, kind of a fun little page. But yeah, that was, Gesture Monday. Just getting rid of all these scraps everywhere. Jeez. And today we have a watercolor, right? Yeah, I can zoom this in real quick. Maybe not as easy as I wanted it to be, but I just want it to be closer for you guys, right? I guess that'll work, right? What do I have to do? Oh, I can go like this. Sorry, my brain's kind of, it's always hard to figure out how that's gonna like lay out and work. I know that sounds weird. But there, that'll work. That's the process right there. So there's a lot of change, give and take, a lot of tweaks, right? So yeah, there we are. That's where we're gonna be at. That's what we're gonna be working on. We already have a sketch down. We're actually ready, like, I think literally 3 minutes. Like, we were ready at like 12:50, and we kind of were late because we were just sketching. So we started the stream, kept drawing a little. And now we're back to where we should be at, right? So let's see if we can dial this sketch in without, you know, too much. Well, I guess like we say, we definitely like having a lot of information down, right? So. Just another reference from a reference pack of a model that I've worked with, want to work with, continue to work with, all of the above, right? So that's kind of what where a lot of our references come from. And I'm just checking that distance right here, right? Approximately the line's gonna be right here. And the distance I'm seeing is like about that, right? And then you just hit that angle. You go. Back up. Everything's very straight and angled to start. And I want to make sure I can fit as much of the image as possible. We have a lot of highlighting. It's a very brightly almost overexposed, where this all disappears almost in the light. Yeah, so see, this is sort of how like we talk about with gesture drawing. This started as a nice gesture drawing. Like I was just saying, I literally it's like a 2 to 3 minute gesture drawing, right? Or I kind of just shaped it, proportioned it, and tried to get things lined up so I at least had a start. Then you just kind of come right back into it, right? And you'll see I'm turning a lot of those angles with very straight lines, right? And I'll soften them up later, but it's just easier to see distances, proper shape. Just easier to see it in a straight line. And art's hard, so don't make it harder on yourself. Trust me. You don't want to do that, I promise. Am I muted? Okay. Streaming is when you're muted too. No. Something like that is the foot, and the other foot comes out like right here. So we're kind of working from the bottom up here. Might not be the best idea, but like we've talked about, we try to work in a lot of different ways, so we don't really have a formula per se. We have a lot of formulas, I guess. But one of the biggest things I love art in general, so I always want to kind of, I don't know, again, they're all like different puzzles, right? And that goes like actually backwards, like there. Goes like here. Checking verticals all the time, so like I see that this, we were right about there actually. And so now I'm kind of moving around. Comes like pretty good angle down, and right after this, we have here rib cage. That's like there, yeah, okay. Using this, right? Yeah. So again, ghost lines are nice, like I talked about in gestural drawing, but you want to make sure. Ooh, that's unfortunate. I don't know what that was. Well, you want to make sure you can tell which line you're using. That's all. That's the biggest part. I'm not dropping anything. No, okay. So as long as you can differentiate which line you are actually using, you can have as many lines as you want to. But that's a lot of times when if I'm gesture drawing using a page, if I'm figure drawing, erase, stuff like that, right? Goes here, and then this distance is about there, and right there. This actually kind of curves closer here. It comes down that. Too long. Let's see, I have to make that rounded there, that's all. But I want to continue because see, we don't see anything here. But this is basically right there, perfect. See, you can see how it's just easier to see all those distances and shapes with straight lines. Just easier to measure, right? That's all. And this still even comes like kind of like that, but comes to that point as it shades into the back right there, and then it curves back around. Okay. Goes here, and it like is kind of pressing on the skin here, so you're gonna get that kind of tuck in of the skin, same as here where it's kind of gonna go right. So again, that's gonna actually kind of subtly, but it has to as it rests on a surface, right? Actually, not the worst sketch. As far as I don't have to change too much, I don't think. Good little start, right? That's why it's important to just get that down. I think at least. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Kind of comes straight down. There's a lot of angles that look like they're like angled, but actually they go straight down when you are looking at it, right? This is a good angle example. This is perfectly horizontal, that line. Now when I start tweaking it, you know what I mean? The angle actually comes in there, and there's all sorts, but the line I can put is perfectly straight, vertical. So that's a big part that I always try to watch for, because that really throws off a drawing again when you have something that should be like vertical and you're like tilting it, and vice versa, I guess, to be fair. Heartbeats are clicking today. Digging. See, this goes the angle, and I'm looking at like shadow shapes here. And kind of just, again, drawing in shadow shapes, checking angles. kind of goes like that. Might be too big. Okay. Yeah, now I know that this is supposed to be like here. Ah. That back here. This comes up to like here and then comes back down and is in fact that shoulder. Which means a little too big there. But what I am going to do is this. See, so what we can do is instead of moving all of this, we're just going to move this, right? This is all still good. This has to come in here, which it does. We come here. Just pull the neck back. Goes like that. Angles there. Oh, it's so nice having the music at like a normal volume in my headset. Oh, headphones. I don't know, I guess they are headphones. Not really a headset, right? That's the edge I don't even have right there. So that's the tricky part. It's a little too big for turning away. This should be here. That's better. Because it's turning away from us. She is not it. I was going to say the face, her head, but she's turning away, so it's, again, going to be pretty, for sure, and to say the least. think that's kind of close. This just has to kind of come like that. Sometimes that angle is just off just a little bit, right? And this pretty much just comes straight across. Height-wise, it's right there. So again, remember we talked the other day about measuring in like shorter distances if you have to. And that's just sometimes if you have a long distance in front of you, right? It's much easier to measure like say a shadow line. To split that distance in half ultimately, right? I need a lot of love up there, but we'll fix it. The weird part is the hair coming over her face almost makes it more difficult. Because to show that that's what's happening is almost a little trickier, right? Gonna lose a lot of those edges. That's the tricky part of drawing it sometimes, right? Is you have to draw it and know that that's gonna work. So I kind of am actually ending up drawing more than I thought I was going to, right? This definitely sounds like a familiar song, but song that I really know. barely see that shoulder. Kind of have it, you know, too high. I think it's still a little too big, but that's okay. Always just checking the heights and the angles here. That's kind of how I break these shapes down. Pretty much what it comes down to angles wise. That actually is where the ear goes, so hopefully it doesn't throw everything off. One thing when you're working from a reference like this is you don't want to like necessarily just chase the drawing, but spend more time on it if you want to. That's just all preference there, right? Because the model's not moving, it's not like it's the end of the world to keep drawing. It's not going to change on you. But what you don't want to do is move this, then move this, then move this back, then keep moving. You don't want to go in a circle. You want to kind of find it, get it right, and then, you know, from there. So, you know, it is true that you don't really want to be chasing the drawing too much still. Cheek coming right up there. Perfect. See, that's like dark right here. The hair's coming all right here. Hair here. No, I was gonna keep doing it, but I won't. I'm sorry. Hand definitely needs to be bigger. I knew that. I was just kind of procrastinating. You don't want to do that. When you see something wrong, you want to fix it. Fix it right then and there. Always. Never a time you don't want to do that. Unless it's like a little detail of a highlight, then you wait, but I don't think that's necessarily going to be like wrong and you'll see it. So has to go here. Actually, that works. Oh. It's fun when things work because of changes, right? So when changes start pulling other shapes together, it's like, oh, cool. Kind of know you're at least close, right? You're getting warmer. This? Yeah. I feel like this is like a little clubby, like a lounge. Definitely played at like a New York lounge. So see, that's a shadow shape that, again, I just kind of simplified, and I used it to get that distance a little closer. It's a little too big there. That's okay. What we got, an hour? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's the right point there. And now we have to pull this here like that. This comes angled like that. Actually, that works. Okay. That is exactly what I'm talking about, where, see how I fixed that and it matched up with one part that I knew was pretty close at least? So now I don't like to assume, but I can assume that's close, right? It worked this way, it worked this way. So, I mean, it's like, at some point you have to trust your drawing. And it's like anything, if you check it once, check it twice and it's still working, you check it a third time, well, good to go. No, not necessarily always, but I mean, again, at some point you do want to stick to your drawing and just keep making progress, right? I just got like ravenously hungry. Why that happens sometimes. Making sure we're eating healthy, staying healthy around here. Now I'm just ravenously hungry. That's pretty close to the hand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't want to do that because I guess I am going to be using a little bit of the painting apparatus, right? Gotta figure out this hand here, but we will. It's close because we have a finger here. We see that finger. We have this shape. So now we're just going in and getting like this dark shape to build out the fingers. This will go like this. That knuckle's kind of right there. It's gonna be a little lumpy. Some pretty trippy songs here, actually. I like them. Kind of like them. The nicest part is just that it's not like blasting my eardrums out. And I think it's, yeah, it's at a normal volume, which is nice. Those maybe just other songs. They're just like not optimized. There's like little circles overlapping toes, right? See again, it's the line quality makes like such a big impact on the drawing, right? On the shapes, and it like moves them, puts them certain places they should be, other places they shouldn't be. It's all line quality sometimes. Her little baby toe goes like this, and her 3 other toes just kind of keep like overlapping. 2, 3. Oh yeah, okay, this has to come way more over. Cool. It looks kind of right, actually. I was just going to change it up quite a bit, but I have to. A lot will definitely change when I add paint, obviously. But hopefully that's not like a surprise. Yeah, perfect. Probably just gonna get rid of a lot of this foot, so this is all a big waste of time. But it's just kind of, again, for me, for drafting, right? The more we practice, the better we get. The more I keep drawing, the better it's gonna come out. Or the figure, finished figure, you know. I think a big thing for art these days is it's all because of social media. A lot of art is not even rushed, but just timed, right? I have a lot of pieces that are like, oh, my 3 hours is up. Well, and I go back into them. But I still will sometimes pick like a, you know, the subject based on the time constraint or whatever. And something I want to. I think we'll finish it, because I tend to work quick anyway. But we'll see. I didn't really want it to be like this big rush project, but I guess yeah, we're an hour in, the drawing's done, we're gonna start painting. So I'm saying all this and we're right on schedule. No. You serious? I don't know. Family Guy, that's what that's from. Old Family Guy with Norm Macdonald as Death. Oh, that's like the best. I think the drawing's done. Oh, it's close. It's really close. There's this right here that I just have to kind of like move. Sorry, just noticed the song. That's where the elbow really is. Okay, cool. Actually, that's pretty close. Yeah. Cool. Good, actually. Cool. I'm looking at my monitor here. So again, I always do, you can do a lot of things to check your drawings, right? One of my favorite things, I use a monitor just because I'm streaming now. Well, streaming all the time. And it just lets me see a clean perspective. It's very, very similar to taking a picture. Looking at it in a mirror. Anything like that, but ultimately it lets me just check proportions super quick. That's all. Comes way lower. Yeah, it comes like. It is straight, but I don't like fully want it to be like just perfectly angled there. I probably have to get rid of these feet. They're like too big. They're not. It's just they're coming right at us. I mean, again, sometimes it's just values too. You have to remember that with drawings, some of those shapes that you put in, they might not work without the right values, right? Sometimes you have to tweak and change it for drawing purposes, right? all that's gonna be like pretty much blurred out, washed out here. So 2 o'clock, hour drawing complete. That's the hair. And that's pretty much what we want it to look like there. I think works for me. Use it to make sure all of that gets like lost naturally with some nice purples and blues. Cool. Up, and there's the cue. Monitor's off, reference is gone. Can't work without a reference, right? There we go. 5-minute break here. Gotta do it. That angle's much better. All right, I can keep drawing forever, so I have to take a 5-minute break. We are cruising through here. We're gonna come back, add some watercolors. We're gonna color it up, paint it up, see what we can get done for today. A little figure watercolor painting day, because we're not streaming Friday. So this is our last stream before a little Thanksgiving break, and then we'll be back next Monday. But still got 2 hours left. Still got plenty of time to paint, put in a nice layer, and see what happens. We can take a quick take a quick 5-minute break, and we will be right back. Please like, subscribe, and follow down below. While you're there, hit that share button and send this video to a friend. Invite them to our community, and they'll be joining right when I get back. Appreciate the love, gang. 3-minute break. All right, let's do it. So I've tried to develop a way to get more things on like my left side, but there's just no way. Next studio setup. Obviously more things like flipped, but my studio's this size. Can't really change it. Too late. Boy, lay down. I have a coconut down here, so I might have to look around here or there. All right, let's see. Cup here. Cup. Cha. Right. The mouse on that side. All right, I'm gonna check my drawing one last time. It feels close, right? No, lay down, buddy. Lay down, Kogi. Sits like under my chair. It's the worst. Like literally under my chair, where if I move an inch, I'll like run over him. Very scary. Oh, I should that'll at least help soak up some of that moisture. Right, you guys got a nice glare there. That's fun, huh? Is that this one? Then I have it. Sorry, gang. Doesn't change, right? It's a little better over there, actually. But whatever. Gosh. I definitely usually do watercolors flat. So that's gonna be interesting. One slanted recently. What was it? Miles piece, maybe? I don't know. Giving it a good soak, that's for sure, though. He's a funny dog. Let's what? Who knows how to start? What do I do? I think I was joking. I'm not. Painting's different every time for me. Right? Isn't that kind of the fun? If you don't like paint differently or change it up every time, it just kind of becomes paint by number, right? Which can be fun. Not trying to talk down on paint by number, you know. It's actually a very fun time, just saying. It's more exciting, right? To just kind of paint. Putting in a base, some cool shadows and some shadow shapes. I mean, again, you kind of know by now. Well, I guess you don't know by now. But if you've watched any of my streams or work, kind of all over the place with the mediums and how I use them. So there's almost a guarantee that this will turn into a little bit of a gouache piece and all sorts of stuff. That's never intended. It just kind of happens. And I just feel like it kind of lends itself to the piece, which is fun, right? So yeah, very much right now, just kind of putting in some shadow shapes. I'm letting the paint bleed. I mean, not being too specific, I am going to kind of work back into it. But I kind of want to put down some of these darker layers. As like a little bit of a transparent wash. And then see if and what we can pull back out, right? Very much what we like to do. We like to have fun with artwork. Don't believe there's a right or a wrong. I mean, one could argue there's an efficient, but even that is... That would be, I mean, efficiency would be, what, just tracing, right? I mean, at this point. Any other argument for efficient is kind of gone, actually. I don't wet my watercolors. Like spray them with anything, spray them with water or anything. I figure as I'm working, they'll get wet and I'll use what I need to use, right? I don't like just spraying my watercolors down and then having it be like, I don't use any, I only use like a little bit of them, right? Hands are always warmer, even though these actually appear much cooler. They're just gonna read easier as hands. So I'm kind of just loosely putting in almost like a transparent, I don't want to say transparent transition color, but it is almost, I'm thinking of this red as a transition color, right? To get back to the skin tone and add some pops of skin color here that I think will be able to shine through in a lot of instances. You can see how wet the paper still is. There's only so many marks I can control. So I'm still just very much putting color in places that I know that color needs to be, right? I'll clean it up after. I don't like that yellow too much. That's better. That's better. Watercolor is one of those mediums that's fun because things just kind of appear very slowly. Because again, everybody works with watercolor differently, right? I feel like I definitely tend to build up my watercolors a little bit more. And I think that's kind of what that's why I like putting a lot of loose washes down at the beginning, right? I know you're kind of supposed to go, what? Light to dark? No. Dark to light? I don't remember how you're supposed to work with watercolor. All I know is that I enjoy using the washes that watercolor, you know, kind of just lends itself to, right? I think I don't also put too much water in my watercolors to start because I kind of like mixing a little bit more on in like the palette, right? Or in the paint pans. And again, I feel like if they're already like saturated, can't really mix too much. You can only kind of just dip into them and then bring it back out. Some simple, some complex shadow shapes, right? Staying cool in the shadows here. And just kind of continuing to push the shadows as the paper begins to dry a little, right? It's almost at a really nice texture where you can just kind of put down marks. You still get some bleed, but not too much. Good. A lot of that I'll come back in again with markers or pens. Shadow line. See how some of these are going to be able to stay. Some of these early shadow shapes, right? Some of the skin tones that kind of just washed away there. Some are going to be able to stay as really nice highlights in areas. And that's why it's important to put those down and really start seeing the shapes that exist. So remember, I have a Kiritaki large palette or paint. I don't know what they're called, paints, right? And all that does is it's just sort of shortcuts. A limited palette is a great thing to start on. Because all like an orange is if you need to add red and yellow, you can add orange. That's it. Everything about color and paints that's way too much red. Fuck. I mean, all you need is your primary colors, red, yellow, blue. And that's actually all you need to paint. Incredible. And you can get an incredible range of paint colors as well. So again, that's one of the things, that's why people recommend to start with a limited palette, right? Because you can always add paints, but if you're overwhelmed with how many colors are on your palette, it's just going to be hard to start. And you're probably going to be putting more colors than you need to down, right? But that's ultimately the only reason to have other colors on your palette. Other than, again, maybe like a lime green if you're doing certain images, or like a... There are definitely, what's the word? Certain chromas, I guess, right? That you, depending on the painting, will need to, I guess, add. But 99% of what you need is available on a Zorn palette, as it's called. Yeah, I definitely am going to. I've wanted to do a painting with that palette actually, so I'll probably do that soon. Pretty way. TBH. It's just a really nice palette to get back to, right? And it's nice to see how much you can do with so little. The paints are kind of starting to hold, depending on how much water's on my brush now. That's kind of the deciding factor. You can see I'm moving some paint around, so I just pulled that paint right up to where I needed a nice skin tone, flesh tone, right? I'm going to go back and see sort of how it dries, how it sets. Watercolor for me is one of those mediums that I love the ability to layer, but also the uncertainty of it, right? I just love how it's just kind of a mystery. Again, I guess it's not really a mystery. You can control it, but I like to kind of put it down and work back and forth. I think I mentioned this last week. I don't remember, but I definitely do clean my palette quite a bit. I was just looking down at it thinking, oh, I almost have to clean it now. But I guess I'll kind of let it chill and see what happens here. Keeps leaking out on me there. Come on, stay in there. Gotta see where you're at. Oh. Way more gold. Putting that in pretty saturated. Golden orange there. But I also am gonna put in some of these darky darks, right? Kind of like a rooster, but it's okay. Fix that. There's a lot of paint. So you can see the paint starting to kind of go down Nice little texture here. Start putting some edges in, and you don't want everything to be a sharp edge. Actually a very common thing that I feel like I see a lot of I don't want to say new artists, because that's just like not, I don't know, that sounds mean. I see a lot of artists doing it. I think if you're doing it by choice, that's great, but personally I definitely did it for a long time because I kind of thought it's what I should be doing. Like really tightening up the edges and cleaning it up to show the form and the shape, but you shouldn't do that. Again, unless you're really intentionally doing it. Then yeah, it's very different. So I really like a red and purple these days. Has like a pretty fun and quick color combo that goes down in a lot of places, and you can like push it over to a cool or a warm pretty easily. That is kind of what this much warmer reddish maroon is that I'm using right now. It adds a nice like, again, almost like I was talking about that transition color, but it adds a nice very warm feel that then kind of cools down as it dries. Kind of pulled right out of the tube for that paint, actually. For that vibrant of a red. Kind of think it needs it. Up here. See how I keep pushing these transition colors? That's just part of me enjoying the process and having fun, right? I want to test it. I want to see what it looks like if I continue to push those. And see what I can get it to look like. Because our eye puts, so transition colors are when two borders meet. They're everywhere. They're in everything. when two objects or two borders meet, whatever their colors are, there's going to be a transition color. Because when two colors meet, they make, you know what I mean, they mix. But our brain just puts it together. And like adds depth to it and just has everything as far as has it make sense. So we don't even really see these colors. But if you look for them and you try to start noticing them, there's like sometimes vibrant green lines and other certain colors on everything. It's incredible when you start looking for them where they really exist. Is yeah, it's pretty cool. So I find myself always almost pushing those colors and really trying to find those transition colors, and not even necessarily make them up sometimes, but because it doesn't work if you make it up, but make up the like value and vibrancy of it, so it just kind of pushes the color through, right? Because again, our eye's gonna almost put it together so we don't even notice. Which is just another wild thing that our brain does, which is just incredible. And that's why art is as difficult as it is. Our brain thinks it's helping by trying to make seeing easy. How rude. I mean, ultimately, probably pretty happy that's the reality. Not us artists. I'm actually gonna make a lot of that blue here. Putting the shoulder, which is why I kind of just got rid of that. So I didn't really want to make it too dark right there. Song must be the playlist. Must be. So now I'm going in with a little bit darker of a dark. Then I would use sort of this early most of the times, but I'm going to take a break here in 3 minutes. And I just wanted to know where I was when I come back, you know? So you can probably see how I'm continually kind of keeping everything pretty cool here. A lot of blues, a lot of purples. And that's because I'm going to put some nice vibrant warms and reds in, and I don't want it to all of a sudden get too warm of a piece, right? Terrible. Oh, no. Too intense. Too intense before we take a break here. All right, break time. Love that break time call out and then me just never taking one. That is always one of the curses of not having a live model is the breaks. You can just sometimes all of a sudden work and it's like, whoa, it's been so long. So another thing, because watercolor, sometimes the marks show so specifically how you put them down. You want to try to vary them for sure. Which, if you've noticed, I've used one brush for this whole painting. But I'm trying to make shapes that feel like flats, maybe, that feel like rounds, that feel like filberts, all different marks. I don't know if I succeed, obviously. I like to think I do. Some of that is actually for blue, which works for us right now. I think we can always kind of change that, tweak it, pull it back out. But I kind of want to work with that purple too. So let's see here. See, I'm not going in with anything too dark like this black until the paper's a little bit more like dried out, right? So I can at least control approximately where this is going. But it's also like anything. I don't really want to carry this all the way through. I would rather just show hints where I need it to break up certain shapes that are like a little bit darker, you know. That's kind of how and when you want to use it. But like up here, I don't really want it there. Can we work back into this black and kind of keep some of this cool? Oh, maybe not. I do want that to be a blues, so I'm not going to do too much here. There's that much there. We do have to carry it this way, so. Right. Yes, sir. What's good, brother? What's up, Shando? How you doing, Brain? Happy Wednesday, big dog. Chilling, living the dream, painting our day away, baby. Wouldn't complain if somebody made us. I don't know if that really made sense. Sentence. Made more sense in my head. Chilling on my way home, charging Starbucks. Ooh, that's a good day right there. That is a good day right there. Starbucks doobie bomb. .306. I do have to take a quick 5-minute break here. To make sure I'm seeing everything correctly still. Add cars, charging station. Gotta wait a few. Should be home by 8 though. It's not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Yeah, everything's probably packed because it's Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. You traveling for Turkey Day or you staying home? Celebrating? I guess I don't even know. Does everybody celebrate Thanksgiving? I feel like maybe. Yeah, going to see the kids in NC. Nice, man. That's good stuff. I love Thanksgiving. At least give it a little color there. GNG's locked in. So, oh yeah, is it that bad? Damn. We're driving tomorrow. Should be fun. Oh, that's brutal. I almost wish we were leaving like tonight, but we're not. So I feel like that's the problem with Thanksgiving. Not the problem, but I feel like no one ever leaves like the night before. Everybody just drives the day of. Nice. Be careful. Thanks, man. Should you go? Other people on the road, I think I left. Oh, wow, okay, yeah. So it's just that there's a lot of people cruising. That makes sense. I guess that makes the most sense. like the same thing as the back, which is wild. The light is like right here. I don't like it just like looking like I left it like almost unfinished, incompleted, incomplete. What the hell the word is. It kind of felt that way with it like just having all different colors in it. Sometimes I was trying to see if I liked it or not, but I didn't, so I changed it. I think I want a little bit more skin tone here too. That's better. I don't need it to be as white as the background here. It's already really gonna grab your attention, that foot, so it doesn't need to be like the brightest part, you know? Had the grilled cheese? No, I will say I feel like all of their food is underrated. I'll give you that, dude. I am definitely a Starbucks food guy. Now I'm gonna have to try that grilled cheese though. Oh, you want to go get another one? Dude, I've done that. Starbucks is actually one of the few places that I've done that too. Next thing you know, you're driving by another. You're like, they won't know if I have another one. There's no way they communicate who buys what, right? This song's spooky. Do it. I won't judge you. The judgment-free zone here, I tell ya. Oh, and my screen's gone. This is what I do so that I have to take breaks. I have to set my screen timer to be my break time so that even if I like turn it right back on and get back to it, it's a little mental break, but it reminds me to take my breaks. Little tip. Again, when you're just working with references, it's easy to just kind of get posted up and keep going, right? Classic, right? Classic technique there. We had to make that much cleaner of a shape here. Okay with that foot, actually. That has to change. That has to tighten up. Add blue, 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 blue. Even. Merge. Highlight. All right. I like where we're at, actually. I like where we're at. We have about 40 minutes left, 45 minutes left. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, just stretch my legs real quick, check on the little pups upstairs. And then we're going to finish this out. We're going to see what we can get done here. It's looking pretty fun so far. So I think, like always, we're just going to push some values and clean up some edges. Appreciate the love, gang. Appreciate you hanging, Shando. I hope everybody's having a great day. Please like and subscribe down below. And while you're there, send this video to a friend. Invite them to our awesome community. We'll be back in 5 minutes, baby. All right, let's finish this out. Finish this out. See how this is a good example right here, actually. Yeah, everything's good. We're back. Okay. See how this dries with depth to it, and this just dries flat. But you really want to use colors, or like really want to use like a purple and a dark magenta, ultramarine. You want your darks to be like mixed darks, not necessarily just a black paint out of the tube. It just carries so much more depth with it. And black is just blue. Black is just ultramarine blue. Well, I guess not ultramarine, but a dark blue. Lay down, coconut. Lay down. Lay down. We're not done yet. Hopefully I can get rid of some of that flat black here. That's like a bummer. I haven't had it dry like that noticeable in a while, but because I think I'm just putting so many blended darks next to it. See this? Like, I'm just copying that shape right there. That's all. Oh. Copying that angle. Chandler, that picture's dope. The screen's sweet, man. Is that a Tesla? Do you love it? Because I wanted a Tesla. Yeah, blessed brother. Oh, dude, that's dope. Do you like it? How long have you had it? That's sick. I've actually wanted Tesla. Every time I'm in one, I'm like, this thing's fucking just beautiful, dude. Damn, yeah, that's dope. End of June. Oh, so it's new. That's sick, dude. Good for you, man. That's very cool. Damn. Every time I've been in one, I'm like, yeah. They're just nice. Never buy anything. Have you driven one? I've driven one once, and it was like fucking probably like 6 years ago now. So one, I kind of was in like such a different place that I don't really remember. You know what I mean? Like I remember it being awesome, but I don't certainly remember it all. And it was like, it's such a weird, I was like out in California with like at like a workshop. It was like weird. But I've like always like do like the Uber Blacks or whatever, and they're just like always pulling up, and they're so nice, dude. I'll never buy another gas car for myself. Interesting. That's cool. Is it actually just like, is that because, not because you're like an environmental guy, which I'm sure that actually plays a part too, but that's not why you're saying that, right? Like it must just be better for on gas, or is it because you're like pro environment, which is fine. Not trying to say it in a bad way. I just didn't really know, I guess. I knew they're like electric, but I never really thought of like price wise, to be honest, actually. Like electric versus gas pricing. Easy to drive function, you get way more car for your money. That's dope, man. I believe that. I do. Does it drive yourself? Does yours drive like on the highway and shit? See my face just like light up with happiness when I realize that's what they do. No maintenance, no gas, no thinking, no keys. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I was excited. It can, but I don't really fuck with that. Yeah, it's like super. Yeah, that makes sense, dude. I respect that. I respect that. I would probably be right there. They're like, it does, but should it? I think not. That's fair, man. That makes a lot of sense. Oh god, it's gonna be on my own dime, not a PC. I was just about to say. I was actually literally almost about to say exactly that. Like, you're not gonna let the worst case scenario is have this stupid computer get you in an accident and be like, nah. Wait, he was letting his Tesla drive? What an idiot. Like, oh man. That's brutal. Like, yeah, the guy was just watching this artist stream, letting his Tesla drive. I don't like that. That's not a funny joke. That's not a funny joke. But that's so true. See, literally the scary part, dude, is, I mean, that's happened. Right? Like, that had to have happened. And if it hasn't, with how AI is going, it will. Right? You have to think it would. I want a headline like a shootout or something. Oh god. Not Elon Musk fails yet another customer. No, I like Elon. I don't know. I don't really care enough to dislike people. Does that make sense? Like everybody has something you could probably say that's makes them not that decent of a person. Right? I don't know. I already want to trade up. I love it that much. No shit. I mean, that's perfect. That's best case scenario when you get a car. That's so much better than being like, nope, I hate it. Damn, that's a fun little vehicle. I saw a picture on Twitter. I was like, oh, that's why he said he was filling up or whatever. Not filling up. It was like you said, power up or something. I don't remember what you said, but you said something specifically that was an electric car. I was like, I see, I see, I see. Charging. That's what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, such a square. I'm so out of the loop. I'm almost embarrassed that I didn't know that term actually. Damn it. Charging. Oh. Why would they do that? Why would someone ring the doorbell and leave? Are they joking? We playing fucking ding dong ditch here? That's crazy shit. You're an ice user, not your fault. Coconut, come here. Enough, enough. Enough. Coconut, get over here. Oh, I don't want to address this, but I might have to. Guys, nothing's happening. Stop. Why are my dogs crazy? Are all dogs like this? I don't think so. I don't think they are. I'm gonna go wild, go nutty, bro. Psycho puppies, man. Dogs can never let a moment go. They always take it that like it's crazy. There's a split second of someone knocking. And they're just going. Close are they? No, they're not even close yet. Cut it out, boys. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close. Why is there an eraser thing there? Bummer. The time change definitely fucked with them. Everyone forgot about the pizza delivery. This is exactly how it goes down, dude. And it's always like, quiet, stop. And then you're like, oh, wait, thank you, good boy. No, I usually actually don't mind when they bark too much. They're dogs, what they're gonna do. But when it's like just, excessive. Thank you. That's enough now. The Yorkie barks a lot though. He definitely barks probably more than you should as a dog. They have a lot of generational trauma. Oh, it's so true. Poor little crazy puppies. Music stopped. Really? Um. Oh. I could just hear Coconut like sniffing and walking around the basement somewhere. His pacings. Literally. Still just like, how is he not addressing the door situation? This is madness. Like, he must have heard it ring. I know he heard me bark. And yet he still just sits at that stupid desk of his. It's actually so 100% accurate, which is hilarious. Oh, hi, buddy. You over here talking shit? No coconut. Charting done in the move, brother. Happy holidays. Be safe out there. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy your holiday as well, bro. Thanks for chilling. Always a pleasure talking and chatting and hanging, my dude. And yeah, have the best holiday. Have the best Thanksgiving. Make sure you get where you're going safe, my guy. Appreciate you always, bro. Enjoy your day, brother. This is woodworking music, huh? Didn't know that. Adding transparent colors, so kind of glazing colors over and just building up values here. But while I'm doing it, I am trying to throw in colors underneath. Just to, again, to continue to add to that transparent feel of watercolor and kind of continue building up those shapes. And we are almost time perfect. In shadow, but there's a bright, vibrant red there. And I don't want it to not be there because it is kind of a big part of the foot. Right? Hi. Wanna come up? No, almost done. Almost done. Here. What do you think? What do you think, buddy? How's it looking? You good? Hey. Excuse you, sir. 2 minutes, buddy. Ow. Yeah, that's all I have to turn here. This has to be round because it's a body part, you know? The only reason. A nice light blue in certain areas. All it's gonna do is just brighten it up a little, and this is why I like this Kuretake Genzai Tame the best, because I feel like I can still put light on and lighten up. It's opaque enough to continue to lighten spaces and areas, right? I think it's pretty rare, not necessarily in white space. But a fun little piece right there. I'm adding in a couple little highlights here and there. It's hair, so there's a lot of all different strands, right? So I'm not trying to show everything, just show the shape of it, how it's sort of coming together there. Always add and tweak some shapes here. Little marks here or there never hurt, you know? Kind of helps show the form nice and clear. Here's the ear. Now let's put it right here. Bring it over. Coconut keeps moving closer and closer into my view. Oh, Kokibee. I see you, I promise, buddy. So you can still go in and clean up a lot of shapes, edges. I could do this for a long, long time here. And continue to just kind of tweak it, right? We talk about pushing shapes, pulling shapes. Yeah, that is where we're going to wrap it up. I almost want to go in and put like a little black outline around one side here, but we'll see. I'm not going to right now. I don't have time right now. Don't love that. Ah. Is all right. John, want to do my sign off? Let's go. Right. Gonna say anything? No. Okay. Well, that is where we're gonna wrap it up, gang. I hope everybody has a terrific Thanksgiving. Appreciate all the love. I know I'm cooking out right here. Appreciate all the love and support. I can't thank you guys enough. We will be back next Monday. We're not streaming Friday. We'll be traveling for Thanksgiving. That's why we did a little figure watercolor Wednesday figure painting. And yeah, that is we're gonna wrap it up for Thanksgiving here. We appreciate the love, appreciate the support. But everybody has an awesome Thanksgiving. Travel safe and has a good time with family with some good food. We'll be back next Monday. And until then, please like and subscribe the video down below. Hit that share button and send this video to a friend. And most importantly, stay healthy. Stay happy. Much love, gang.